It wasn't your fault, but it's still your liability. Explore how CAR cover helps manage third party liabilities and legal fallout. Hi, Namaste.
Hello, welcome back to another episode.
In our last episode, we looked at how erection all risk insurance or EAR and contractors all risk insurance or CAR respond to on site setbacks, from machinery damage during testing to delays caused by unexpected weather events.
While those risks were mostly physical in nature, today we're looking at something less visible, but often far more costly.
Yes, we are talking about third party liability.
Hmm,
This isn't like damage to your materials or machines, but something that lands on your desk directly.
that's right. While most builders worry about the cost of materials or project delays, third party liability often blindsides them. Whether it's an injury to a passerby, damage to a neighbor's property, or even environmental loss, these incidents don't just burn holes in your pocket, they can stall entire projects and damage reputations.
Yes, on most sites, the biggest risks don't always come from within the project. They come from the outside.
Hmm,
And when something goes wrong, the contractor's name is the first one on every notice, even if the event wasn't entirely in their control.
true. Let's break that down. A site accident involving a subcontractor is one thing. But when a piece of scaffolding collapses and crashes onto a public street, injuring people and damaging vehicles, that's a different level of crisis.
And we are not exaggerating. This actually happened during a high rise commercial project.
Mhm.
The scaffolding gave way and fell into an active street. The contractor was hit with compensation claims running into crores, far more than the cost of the scaffolding itself. Legal fees, hospital bills, insurance investigation, it all added up fast.
Luckily, the contractor had a comprehensive contractors all risk policy or CAR in place. It didn't just cover the structure under construction, it also included third party liability. The policy paid for medical expenses, legal representation, and compensation, saving the contractor from financial collapse.
That's so nice. But let's say that policy wasn't in place. That one accident could have drained reserves, triggered delays, and damaged vendor trust. The reputational impact alone would take years to repair, and that's something no insurance payout can fix.
Exactly. CAR policies are often the only thing standing between a bad day and financial ruin.
Yeah.
And yet, so many contractors treat them like a formality, or worse, skip them altogether.
Yes, there's also this belief that liability claims are rare, but honestly, they are not. Sites today are busier than ever.
True.
You've got subcontractors, vendors, laborers, neighbors, traffic,
Mhm.
all of whom are potential exposure points. And the legal environment is changing too. Courts are quicker to assign responsibility, social media spreads incidents like wildfire. Public sympathy is almost always with the injured party. So even if the actual damage is small, the reputational cost can be huge.
True. There's another case that explains this in reality. A contractor was building a new highway stretch,
Mhm.
but the temporary drainage planned for the monsoon wasn't enough.
Oh.
Heavy rains redirected water into nearby farmland. Crops were destroyed, and dozens of farmers sued for damages.
And they weren't small claims.
Mhm.
We are talking about hundreds of acres affected. The lawsuits would have crushed the contractor's financials. But because a CAR policy had been properly structured, it responded.
Mhm.
The insurance helped settle the claims, and the contractor was able to keep the project on track.
That's the kind of risk protection we are talking about here.
Yes.
These policies don't just save you money,
Mhm.
they protect your ability to work, to deliver, and to maintain trust with stakeholders.
Yes. Now, some contractors think we've got a basic property cover, that's enough. But here's the reality: property insurance covers the what, not the who. It pays when your stuff gets damaged, but it doesn't pay when someone else holds you responsible.
Yes, and if you're counting on contracts to protect you, you are risking it. We've seen it in multiple cases. Even watertight contracts can't always prevent reputational damage or long legal battles. That's why proactive risk cover matters.
Yes. With CAR, you can include medical expenses, legal fees, third party compensation, and even cleanup costs. And the best part? You don't need to wait for a loss to start planning. You can build it into your project strategy from day one.
And it's not just about compliance, it's about confidence.
Yeah.
When you know your risk is covered, you can manage vendors better, negotiate contracts with clarity, and commit to timelines with fewer surprises.
So, if you're planning your next site, start by asking, where could our work affect someone outside the project? That's your liability zone, and your CAR policy needs to protect you there.
Then, set the right limits, keep documents updated, and make sure everyone on site knows what to do if an incident occurs. From
Yes.
stopping work to collecting evidence and notifying the insurer quickly.
And beyond just buying a policy, structure it right.
True.
Understand your limits, deductibles, exclusions, and make sure it runs till handover, not just practical completion.
Yes. And to understand how CAR and third party liability cover can safeguard your project, visit www.mahindrainsurancebrokers.com. Speak to our experts, get a policy review, and make sure you are not exposed.
Now, if there's one key takeaway, it's this. What happens around your project is just as important as what happens within it.
Absolutely. That's all for today's episode. See you next time.
Bye. Take care.
Bye bye.